So I haven't made a video for the last few days, but I kept these guys running. These are the scavenger progs, and they are doing some interesting things. This is 10 days of simulation at 3x speed. There are sometimes downtimes because I want to use the computer for other things, but that's neither here nor there. They run when I'm asleep, they run when I'm at work. And what I found is that these guys have started to become chunky boys. They have gotten very big. And here I did some engineering to the body throughout that time. I increased their hatch time, and what the result of this increase in hatch time does is it means that the babies start their lives bigger, more mature. And what this resulted in is a lot lower infant mortality rate. It also incredibly reduced the average life expectancy of these things because there were more of them surviving and they had to compete for that food. Now, what's changed over the last few days that I've noticed is that rather than putting so much energy into food, they are growing larger. Because when they get food, they have to put it somewhere, right? And by consuming it, they do not create more competition for themselves. So let's see how old this one is. 328 seconds. So they still have a very rapid maturation cycle. That's still within 200, 300 seconds. You can expect these to be able to produce eggs. They're not able to sustain themselves on these plants whatsoever. They will not gain energy. I wanted to see that happen, but it was not the result of my experimentation. I did also somewhat slightly reduce their size ratio by 0.05, just because I was having trouble getting them to survive for a while. When I turned the speed ratio from 0.5 to 0.65, I actually turned it all the way up to 1, and it resulted in a lot of somewhat broken behavior. I had to make accommodations for that increase in speed by also reducing size, which, ironically is producing larger bibbits overall by the time these guys reach their end life cycle. So this one's still growing. It's only at 400 energy, and I've been watching these guys get up to 600, 700 easy. Watch it not show me. 446, he's fairly large. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and see if I can just spot a chonky boy. Not you. Just a little baby. A whole family of them all sitting there trying not to eat each other and doing a great job of it. Still no chonky boys. That's not a chonky boy. It's close. Very well could be that there are no chonky boys. This one's doing a great job. Let's watch it for a while. Stay zoomed out a little bit so we can see what else is going on around this environment. While he's doing that, I'll keep looking at the change of genetics. I don't think I changed that much more in the genetics beyond the hatch time, size ratio, and speed ratio. I did modify their colors just to make it easy to differentiate the modified version over the natural version, but that's not something that manifests itself in this video. But they're doing great. They're definitely a solid species. I have noticed that there is very little hunting behavior with them anymore. They've become more like a social scavenger, where they try very actively not to hurt each other or even necessarily the whales anymore. They peacefully coexist for the most part. simply scavenging off of the corpses that are left behind. Let's see if we can find a chonker. No, this one's close. This is 529, so by far the largest ones I've seen since starting this video. It's probably one that we've already looked at before, and it's just had time to grow while I was looking for something else. But, you know, benefit of getting larger is they can see further, and they have a larger energy storage capacity, so they can go further. And it seems to me that if they're not dying to violence as much as they were in days past, that I completely forgot where I was going with that. Lost my train of thought. I hate it when that happens. Anyways, I would say this one's a certified chonky boy. It's officially reached a stage of growth where it looks chonky, and it's only going to get chonkier from here. So please don't get eaten. Oh, ooh, oh, that was some drama right there. Just, yeah, man. That was unceremonious and honestly didn't seem deserved. But whatever, I lost my chonk. Are you going to be a chonk? Yeah, you're getting there. You're 360. I don't think chonk happens until about 500. We could watch you. We're going to see if you turn into a chonk. You're not going to get it. You know, no. How did you survive? That was lucky. I could have sworn he was going to get eaten by a whale. One thing I really like about upgrading their speed is these things have quite a lot of speed control, but dang it, when they can't see anything, they just go full turbo, and they can take off and get through the void fairly quickly using that. One thing that I've noticed, though, is that their void avoidance is a much larger loop now than it used to be, which I question a little bit, but alas, I can only watch the sim. I cannot truly understand it. Maybe I can. Not right now. So, I think this might just be our next certified chonky boy. It's getting through. It's got it's competing quite well. Competition by non-compete. Just got a bunch of pacifists all of a sudden. It's alright. Violence is easy to induce when you know how. And frankly, I like where they're going with this. I'm perfectly happy with a sort of a peaceful creature right now for this role in this environment. I really wish there was a way to track how many eggs something has laid. So we're at 478. He's not quite a chonky boy yet. Turned away from that whale and didn't grab the meat that was right there. So now we're going out sort of wide without the energy to sustain ourselves. And I don't oh man, I'm gonna do it. I want to see the chonk. I lost it. I think it rotted in my hand. Nope, you were destined for death. Sorry, guy. Next. 472. Nope. 29. Nope. Not big enough. I want something that's 447. This'll do. This'll do. Show me your chonk. Alright, we're going to get a little bit of a growth spurt here. You can do it. You can do it. The meat's right there. This is some high stress action right here, and all he's doing is dancing around the food pellets. Come on. Just grab it. Just grab it. 504 energy. We're still not quite chonky yet, but we're getting close. 5'8", 5'17". Oh, that was a good dodge. Did you see that? Huh. Maybe chonk doesn't happen until much later than I expected it to. Regardless, this one's doing a great job, and it's surrounded by food, so I have faith in its ability to acquire chonk. There it is, right there. 536 energy, and we have ourselves a chonky boy. I'm going to just watch this guy plan out, and that'll be the rest of the video. Again, some basic stats. This is 10 days at 3x speed. I did get a comment on one of my videos asking about the 3x speed, and I do like to run it at a slower speed than a lot of people. I know some people will crank it all the way up to 11 and just leave it there. I find that there's better physics at slower speeds, and I end up getting more complex behavior. Also, it's kind of just more fun to watch it in this setting for me. I could be wrong, but it definitely seemed to be a thing that benefit the evolution of my predators, and I do want these to be a fairly complex creature, so I'm going to stick with the slower speeds. Clearly they're working, because Mr. Chonk here is doing some fancy things. I don't actually see want to lay in here anymore. Maybe it broke. I haven't looked at their brain for a while, and I don't really want to try to dig into it. So you're big enough. You've got an. Okay, there's the egg. I was expecting the egg. There's nothing in here that says turn off egg laying anymore. So they've devolved. I can't really call it devolved. They've broken some of their behavior, and it makes me wonder, what are they still using blue pheromone for, if they're using blue pheromone at all? It affects their hunger. Anyways, so that was one of them getting to chonk stage. They're doing all right. I'm happy with them. I like not seeing those spastic little babies that just kind of sit there and die. I was getting a bunch of those for a while, and increasing the egg size seems to have culled that behavior. But that's going to be enough for now. I just wanted to give an update because I was enjoying seeing how this turned out. I hope you all have a great day.